Hi everyone, I'm so excited to tackle paperwork today. Said no one ever. I don't care how enthusiastic people in other videos may sound about tackling paperwork. It is the thing I dread the most. And if you do too, why don't you do it alongside me? A little teaser. Check the timestamps below because I'm going to have some story time, including a love letter, some poetry, and one that's not from my husband. And just a heads up, I sound a little hoarse because I've been fighting a virus, and so has my husband. So before we jump into the paperwork, I'm just going to show you some things that we're eating today to make us feel better. So I did a previous video on paper clutter that was driving me crazy. And today is part B. We're going to tackle in my office a 2-drawer filing cabinet. And also I have a tub that has manuals or purchases that we have made that we'll see if we can get to it today. But that's my goal. My husband and I are both sick. And he's resting. I spent the morning soup prepping, and so I am ready to dig into this. Not really, but I'm gonna do it because it needs to get done. So story time real quick. I wear this for fusing my neck, the surgery that I had. I have to wear it 4 hours a day. I have another hour to go. So we'll see when I take it off because sometimes I forget. However, story time. This cute little top I have that has a little bit of sparkly embellishment was my sweet mama's. It's, I think, the only piece of clothing that I took from her. It makes me feel good. And I also made some drop biscuits for lunch to go with our soup. And those biscuits, let me tell you, made me think of my mom. And nothing makes you feel better when you're sick than your mom taking care of you or memories of your mom. I know I'm going to get better after those biscuits. Let me go grab some stuff. I'm going to use this flat space and we'll get started. Just as a reminder, it's these 2 drawers that we're going to go through. And then this box of manuals. And then I think this is our taxes. It may be marked on the other side, but I'm going to get rid of the 7th year taxes now that we have a new year coming up because I only keep 7 years worth. So that is the plan today. I'm not going to make you go through all of it with me. I'll speed some areas up, but if there's decision making that I think might help you, sorry, my voice is going to go in and out, then I'll slow it down and let you listen in. I have not dealt with this cabinet since we moved here probably 4 years ago. And I'm really good about going through paperwork, like recent paperwork, at least once a year. But this hasn't been touched, so I'm hoping a lot of it can be shredded or recycled. But I can tell you right now, patches. These are my husband's. He's retired law enforcement, and a lot of these are his. So I'll need to see if he wants to keep these. Maybe we can put them in a shadow box so they're not tucked away. And if they're sentimental for him, that bottom drawer could be a sentimental drawer for us. So I'm okay with that. I have my real estate license. I've had it for 20 something years. And some of these are some old real estate files. And again, keeping for 7 years. So I think I'm just going to look at dates. All right, so this is ready to be shred. I have a box over there. Right now for real estate, I primarily just refer friends and family to my brother. Oh, there's a lot of checking with other people on this stuff. Oh my goodness. That's me in the middle. A long time ago, 2005, 20 years ago. My hair was dark, it was short. What 20 years will do. I'm going to keep that as sentimental. But I also worked in mortgage servicing for 12 plus years prior to getting my real estate license. So that really helped me a lot. Okay, this can be shredded and burned. Riveting, right? Aren't y'all riveted with this exciting paper declutter? All right, here's some pink colors, and I think we will keep these in a home file or a home box. I need some. I just don't know, remember which one it is. These other three big piles, these are homes that we had or we closed on. Again, if they're over 7 years, which some of them will be, I'm going ahead and get rid of those. For real estate, mortgages, satisfaction of mortgages are in your county recorder in Texas. So it's not needed for me to keep these. I don't think anything will come up. Anything for a present house I'll keep. The older stuff is gonna go. I'm not gonna make you watch that. Lucky you. So I found our marriage license, so that'll go in the firebox. I think we have more than one, and so this might be extra, but it's still gonna go in the firebox. And then this is a photo of my husband's father, who passed before I met my husband. And supposedly this photo was in a magazine. We also have an oil painting of it that we treasure, but it's still going to be sentimental, so we'll hold on to this. And then some of this paperwork back here was his father, so I'll need to see if we need any of that, and I'll ask my husband. A lot has gone into the recycle trash bin. Terrible posture doing this. I don't recommend it. Shoulders back. I have very broad shoulders, but they still need to be back, and I need to take care of my neck. Oh, the joys. I'm not going to make you watch all this. Some of it might be a little emotional, but this is the top drawer of the 2-drawer filing cabinet. Long-term filing system that probably has a lot of long-term things that can now go. This drawer was the one that I was dreading. So just to give you an idea of what's in here, I have fraud protection, health receipts, medical, banking, insurance, life insurance, personal, education. All of that should be online now. Some empty folders. There's no way around it. I just have to dig in. Let's take the insurance as an example. Story time again. We had a lightning strike near us. It came to our house and caused about $14,000 worth of damage. That one was kind of rough to deal with. Not that the insurance company was rough, it was just a lot. You know, any of the surge protectors, it tended to burn whatever was plugged in first, and then like if it was an 8 plug, it was whatever in the first plug got burnt, and the subsequent plugs seemed to be okay. We sporadically lost lights. The closet lights went out. Some of the living room lights went out, and refrigerators had problems. We just had a lot. And so some of that is in here. I don't know what their retention is, but it's only been a couple of years, so I'll probably hold on to that. But that's just kind of like an example of, what do you have? I don't want to spend the time scanning and storing. I'm okay. I have a 2-drawer filing cabinet for a reason. So if you prefer to scan, more power to you, but I'm not going to. So I'm not going to make you listen or watch the whole way. You're welcome. I'll come back to you in a few. All right, got rid of quite a bit of paperwork that has to do with life insurance and vehicles. A lot of licensing of vehicles that were quite old. I will say on the life insurance policies, I suggest hanging on to them. We've had to prove some life insurance information. It actually saved quite a bit of effort because we had a copy that they didn't have. So I do suggest don't be too aggressive with your life insurance information and getting rid of that. I found some sentimental cards from my husband's grandmother and another one from my dad. Makes you feel good, but it makes you miss them. I didn't expect to see so much of Dad's stuff in here. I'm glad I have it, but I would rather have him more. I'd rather have him more. I didn't expect some of this. I got to keep the storytelling going. So this is from a mayor to my husband, and from a lot of years ago, but it was about a group of more than 14 individuals preyed on commercial truckers, businesses, private vehicles, and residents. Officers of this department identified 3 of the burglars and began an investigation that expanded to 12 different agencies in the area. So all of those agencies contributed to pieces of the puzzle. A group of 5 individuals were responsible for ending this crime spree, and my husband was one of them. It resulted in the arrest, indictment, and prosecution of all the members of organized criminal enterprise, and the closure more than 200 criminal cases, and the recovery of thousands of dollars of stolen merchandise. I'm proud of him. The very first house that I lived in, we were broken into 5 times. Nothing was ever recovered. Nothing. So for this to show that sometimes it can be solved, there's hope, and there's a lot of good people in this world. I'm surprised. I didn't expect to see all of this. It's kind of cool. I hope you're enjoying some of the stories. It's in an hour, and I have 4 piles. I'm still on the first pile. I still have this to go through. So it is very slow going, which I knew it was going to be, and it's okay. I may need a little drink break, and my piles are getting a little crazy. I have some Sentimental out of shot over here, some empty folders back here, some keep folders, some firebox folders, and some pet records, because we may try to adopt a Dachshund, and they want to know that we've taken good care of our pets. So we do have some pet records. I don't want to get rid of those. May take some pictures of them and send them on and then get rid of them, but we're going to hang on to them for right now. If you are doing this along with me, I hope you're doing well. I hope you stay hydrated, especially if you are fighting virus sickness. Hydration, hydration, hydration. This big pile is going to shred or burn. I've added more to Sentimental, and I still have 2 big piles to go through. I'm going to keep chugging along. Chugging? What is chugging? Chugging's like drinking. Chewing along? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm delirious. I hope you're doing well. I'm excited to find this. It is a letter from my husband, I think when we were dating. He said, I hope you can read this. I'm sitting in parking lot. He was working at 1 a.m. thinking about you. I seem to do a lot of thinking about you these days. We had only been together for 3 months when he wrote this. He said it seems much longer. I don't know if that's good or bad. The Lord brought us together. So he wanted to tell me what's in his heart, to reassure me. I'm going to take a moment and read this before I keep it in a Sentimental file. I have to share a little bit more of this letter. I don't think he'll mind. It's very sweet and complimentary, so I'm not sharing it just for that, but I hope that everyone has something like this. Oh, he said that I ask him what he sees in me. He said, it's not any one thing that stands out. It's all the little things I see when you buy a lunch for a little old widow lady or read stories to other children. I see it in the way you treat your family and friends and people you have never met before. You have told me that you like the fact that I'm a logical, laid-back person, and he is. He said, well, I think the Lord gives every person a trait or a talent in this world. That may be mine, but yours is the love in your heart and the goodness in your soul. Everyone needs to hear words like that. That's why keeping some of these paper things are important. I can tell you, I don't think he ever wrote me another letter. It's only this letter. I don't have any more. And I kept it, and I will continue to keep it, but it's going to have to go in the firebox because I don't want to risk losing it. Do you have any love letters or sweet notes that you found? If you do, can you put some in the comments below if you don't mind? I'd love to hear them. Thanks for letting me share that with you. I only thought I was done. I have to tell you this. He says, I have no intentions of letting that get away, meaning me. He said, not tonight or when you're an old woman and I'm an old man. Well, we're headed down that road, so that's a good thing. I have found a treasure trove. Okay, my first job ever was Pizza Hut. And we had the best time. Like, I worked on Friday and Saturday nights. I went in saying, look, I have no job experience, but I need customer service experience and I want to work here. And so there was 2 other college-age students that worked on Friday and Saturday nights. And we created a competition between the 3 of us of who could provide the best service. We would bet on tables that we think would stiff us. And if we could get them to really enjoy our service and actually leave something, then the other person would have to match whatever they left you. And so fine restaurants, you might have lines out the door. We had lines out the door for Pizza Hut on Friday and Saturday nights because we had so much fun. So Richard, if you are out there, that was a joy during that time. And I found a poem that you wrote for me. I'm not going to read it all, but it says truly friends. And oh my goodness. It says, by chance this poem has made you sad. That's not the intent I had. If a tear should drop, come forth in sight. May its price be paid in stars this night. Each heavenly star which aglow so bright shall dim in respect for each tear's thoughtful plight. And with the night sky so far thin, may the happiness and love of our friendship enlighten them once again. Truly your friend, Richard. What treasures these memories are. Okay, the other thing is, during pain, I wrote poetry. I have some. This is going to the firebox because it's super sweet and I don't want to lose that memory. Here's a haiku that I wrote about my dad years ago. Father is the name of it. Father, caretaker, storytelling woes away, nurturing his child. That's a quick one. I'm going to do another one for you. I have so many. I may have to do a video of the different poems. This one's called Laughter. Strong and soft he speaks, with waves of vibration, sending sweetly sounds, sailing with sensation. To his hearty chest his breath brings, rise and fall, until finally his laughter sings. Oh, I had such a fun time writing some of this stuff, but it was also in pain. This is going to be maybe for videos in the future. Let me know if you're interested in hearing some of them. I may do another little series on them. It'd be fun to share them. But thanks for watching this part. It was fun for me. Oh my goodness. This is a postcard from my great aunt to my grandmother in October 1942. And basically she's saying she has to work 9-hour days, that they're short on help, and so the girls are doing the men's work. This is a little bit of history during World War II, what had to happen. She said, I get so dirty, that means a dress a day. They didn't always change their clothes every day if they didn't get dirty. They didn't have a ton of clothes, right? Wow. And she said that she's been working in the dates, making 50 cents an hour. I'm hanging on to this. Just treasure trove. So I dreaded this paperwork, but it's entertaining and I'm enjoying it just a little bit. I'm still dreading some of it, but yeah, I thought I'd share that story with you. My report cards and everything are in here, but that is me. I was a teenager. I think maybe 13, 14 years old. I don't know. Montgomery Wards. Nothing ever came more of that than this, but it was fun. Oh, this is a prayer that my dad wrote. Aw. And it's in his writing too. Go through your paperwork, see what you find. And if you have a sentimental box, go through that if you need a little boost. This is really sweet for me to find. All right, I've got to get back to work and take a break from memory lane. This is the last pile. Receipts, wildlife exemption. I think it's going to be detailed. So, how are you doing with yours? How you doing? How you doing? The 2-drawer filing cabinet is done. This is all. That top drawer was completely full. This is all that's going back in there. I have some sentimental items. It's a tiny folder over there. I got this that's going to the firebox. And I've got some blank folders over there. And then in the receipts, I had 2 folders with receipts. There was a semi-small pile that is really things for the house, receipts for the house. So that clear tub that I have that has all those manuals in there, I'm gonna see if those go with that or how I'm going to minimize that. So I've probably been at this 2.5 hours and it's time for a break. I hope you're making progress. And I will tell you one question that I ask is, if I had to move this year, would I want to move any of this stuff? Why would I want to move trash? I'm going to show you the box that is absolutely full of shredding or burning pile, which is a lot. So it was a clearing out success. This is the box that is full of paper, recyclable or trash. I emptied this box, and this is all that's staying from that box, and I will be putting it in the 2-drawer filing cabinet. I still need to go through the manuals, which will be next. Bin of manuals. I'm gonna try to be ruthless. My plan is that if there are any identification markers like model numbers, things like that, that I could go ahead and put those into a document in my computer or handwrite them on a piece of paper and then put that in a file. This says fan parts and tools for appliances. I've never had to get into them. Would I remember they're in here? Yes. Does it hurt us to hold on to them? No, I mean, we have the space. I don't have to keep this tub. I have enough room in the 2-drawer filing cabinet now. So I'm not going to get rid of these. If you think I should do differently, put a comment down there. Give me some guidance. These, I think, go to the blinds, maybe? I don't know. I'm just going to start. I can hear my husband. He's taking hay out to feed the deer. They don't have a lot of green grass going on right now. I took the trash box to the living room before it gets any more heavier. So I'm going to just do what my mom did, and she threw paper on the floor. I'll pick it up in a minute, but not right now. I had a posture. I raised the bed up. It's one of those beds that can come up. This is a Fanimation ceiling fan that's supposed to be outside. We have such high winds here that actually broke the blades off. And there are no replacement blades that I could find. I Googled it, I tried, and we just finally had to take the fan down. We do have 3 other ones that are still working, but I don't think this is useful to us at all. So it's going trash. Yeah, no. Why do we hold on to this stuff? This one does have the model number and serial number, and so that's the kind of stuff that I do want to write down. That's a game camera. This is some protection from Lowe's, but the receipt's not in there, and I don't know what it's protecting. It's got to go. I'm done, except for a little bit of cleanup. So the manuals that I have are right here, and I think I'm going to document them and be able to get rid of them. I have a trike. Don't make fun of me. It's super cute. It's yellow. My dad used to write a little paint touch-up. It's got a gear, so I am keeping this. This folder has like paint selections and things like that. And then these are receipts. And I'm not going to get rid of the receipts because they did help us when we had that lightning strike and had to reorder or show originally how much we paid, although we had a replacement cost policy. But I'm going to keep these. I'll show you on the floor everything that's getting trashed. These are going to go into the 2-drawer filing cabinet. This tub I do not need. It was my parents'. So I will see if my brother might like it. It's been a productive afternoon, and I'm just about done. Mentally, physically, everything. And my hands feel filthy. This is the additional trash to add to that box. And it's been a pretty trashy day, but that's okay. Bottom drawer, more than half empty. Top drawer, completely, these are all empty back here, and it's got a ton of space. The tub that was here is now gone, so I have my computer bags. One's rolling, so when I travel, and the other one's for quick trips. And then up there is empty, except for there's some boxes to pack. I went ahead and put the bubble wrap into a 2-gallon bag just to store. It's looking a lot better. And I'm going to show you the box. It's overflowing with trash. Just wait. Thanks for coming along. So what's the moral to the story? Major paper declutter. Takes hours sometimes, But sometimes it treats you with a walk down memory lane and smiles, maybe a tear or two. It was worth it. Maybe when it's bad weather outside, you'll feel like tackling yours if you didn't join me today. And I hope this was helpful for you. So I'm going to close this like my dad always closed his voicemail messages. Bye for now.